will determine what their seeding is going to be when we do get to those bracket stages. And we're now underway to vanilla level 3 for starters.
What a nice place to start. Of course, we have the candle because the screen we start on is going to have our intro item, which in this case is the blue candle. We have no sword in this tournament, so this is our intro item.
That is correct. And the white sword and the magical sword will both be replaced by something called Bombs Plus. Previous to this tournament, speaking of Bombs Plus, the situation presents itself. Now that could be the white sword variety where we need anywhere between 4 and 6 hearts, or it could be the magical sword variety. Meet my brother along the coast. That's the white sword one.
So now we know where they both are, generally. One just the general area, the other one we know where it is.
Exactly. So 10 to 14 hearts will be required for that other Bombs Plus. And what that does is by picking that up, we have the medium secret picked up by Fred, and it's 33 rupees. That's not bad.
Slightly higher.
Yep, that's right in the mean. 32.5 is the mean, so that's right where you want to see that medium secret. Is around the 32, 33 range, if not higher. Fred going to check the Armo statue. Those are our take any roads for this one. One takes you not very far.
Right next to where level 3 is in vanilla where we start, and that one's to the right of our vanilla start, so that's only 3 screens away.
And the other one,
the last one, that one's not bad. Lost Hills.
Yeah, there's a problem, though. That is level 5 spot, and remember, you can't go from the right from level 5 because of the loop. So, unfortunately, that is really not the best of any roads. I've definitely seen better than that. Oh, speaking of I've seen better than that, that small secret's something left to be desired. It's half its vanilla value at a nickel.
It's still good access to Death Mountain, even though it's not good access to the take any, like in terms of where the roads go. It's still good access to Death Mountain, so they'll just have to make the trip up to the right, see if there's anything up in the upper right. And once they've cleaned that out, that's a good quick transport back. But it is still a long walk no matter where you go to get to Death Mountain. None of them take you right to Death Mountain.
We find our first level of the game. It's level 6, found by the creator Fred and Stelphos. That's a pleasant sight to see. It's not Wizrobes at the moment, so we'll see how he does in terms of explanation. Hey, look where the Triforce is.
Look at that. Nothing guard the compass.
Nothing guard the compass. I love seeing that hit. Uh-oh, but here's something I don't like seeing. Leave your max bombs or keys. You either have to spend one of your max bombs or 2 of your precious keys. Since he does not want to spend his max bombs, he is just going to go up and down. Oh, there's the Wizrobes.
We found the Wizrobes.
Wizrobes and Stelphos in the same enemy set. How interesting.
Well, one of them's undecidedly easier than the other.
One thing I was going to say is, prior to this tournament, we would replace the white sword or the magical sword with just a 4-pack of bombs. But Fred has sweetened the pot here for this tournament. Instead of just a 4-pack of bombs, now it acts as a bomb upgrade that'll give you 2 extra bombs if you pick up the white sword or magical sword variety.
I believe when you pick it up, it also refills your bombs like any other bomb upgrade. So if you walk in there, you're running on no bombs, and you're able to pick it up, you get a nice bomb refill at the same time.
Absolutely, and that is a welcome sight, especially if you're sitting on 0 bombs. Fred has the maximum 8 bombs as Eat My Steel heading for vanilla level 6. We find that there is a 25% markup on bombs at 25 rupees, which, believe it or not, that's about the best price I've seen in weeks.
I do remember seeing some at like 33 or something like that, and
like
some other
30.
high ones.
When I've been doing commentaries, like 38, 39, shockingly enough, not 40. 25, I'll take 25.
I've seen a 39, 38 or 39 too. Yeah, they've been. Let's just say the markup on explosives has been really decidedly in the favor of the shopkeeper lately. There's world level 9 from Fred, south of vanilla level 1.
Yes, that is a very good find there for Fred. So now he knows exactly where he needs to go after he has collected all 8 Triforces. This is all swords, no boards. And look at the price of the key at 63 rupees. That is cheap. If this is a big money seed and a key starve seed, look for these runners to purchase some keys.
We have a vanilla blue ring at 250 rupees, though. So we'll have to see if another one shows up later and if either runner feels the need to buy that. I don't see that being the case. But if it turns out to be a really difficult seed in terms of progress, especially with Wizrobes everywhere in the dungeons, then we may have a situation where runners may want that.
Yep, and the price of arrows, a little bit on the expensive side. We have an 7/8 of a 10%, so 8.75% markup at 87 rupees. The normal price is 80, and we have found level 1. That's a key level that Eat My Steel has just found near level 6 and around the Yarmo statue place.
Something also of note is that we have cheap meat as well today. 61 rupees I think is fairly cheap for meat. I have seen some of those over 100. So that's not bad in case we end up stuck with a Korea lock somewhere.
61 rupees is actually 1 rupee more than the vanilla price of the cheap bait. But yeah, I'll take 61 rupees.
Yeah, cheap compared to some of what I've seen.
Right, absolutely. So Eat My Steel gonna try World 1. We find a take any K. Fred gonna pick up the Harkotator, but look at this. All of a sudden, Eat My Steel sitting on 6 hearts. So if he wanted to, he could go back to start and get that bomb upgrade now.
Actually, I think that's the one that's the Megs.
No, the one at Mags is at the coast.
Oh, Megs is at the coast. Okay, so
Correct.
yeah, you could get that then. That's a good pickup then. And there's another 33 rupees for Fred.
Yep, so he's up to 71 rupees. Eat My Steel trying to find the 2 items. One of them is going to be on the ground. Now, he may have to full clear a room, like this Keese room right here, or it very well just might be right for the taking. With 3 bombs, he wants to save it until he absolutely has to have them, because bombs right now are precious.
Oh, 5 for the small secret. That is an ouch. I'm going to call that a whammy.
Yeah, we saw that. We had seen that.
Yeah. Oh, I hadn't seen it yet. So Fred is doing what I thought might happen after noticing the take any roads. He's cleaning out everything in the upper right, seeing as a levels up here. He needs to try to clean them out. I'm suspecting he's going to try to clean them out while he's up here if he can, so he doesn't have to try and make his way back up here later. It's a long walk to get back up here. So if he can avoid having to come back to this corner later, I think he's going to choose to do that.
Fred finding his second take any cave. He'll pick up another Harkotator. Guria Grumbles in the forest. So we know that level 7 is in the forest area of the overworld. And we did see that on Fred's side, he went ahead and purchased the bait, and Eat My Steel finds the book, says no way to that. Unlike the last tournament, the book does what the book normally does. It quote-unquote powers up your wand by enabling the zaps to burst into flames when it makes contact with the enemies or the walls. So not going to see runners pick up the book, at least in this stage of the game.
Yeah, there's no deciphering the old men, because you can already see what the old men say. There's no atlas. The layouts are vanilla layouts, just the rooms are different, so there's no advantage gained by getting the book in this seed. And really, it just slows down your use of the wand, because the wand is your main weapon in this game.
Absolutely, because the wand is required to beat this seed, because in Swordless, normally you can't defeat Ganon. But with the wand, you're able to do so. And since the wand does the same amount of damage as the white sword, it'll take 8 hits of the wand to defeat Ganon.
Looks like Eat My Steel is doing some gambling. Lost his money, unfortunately. So he's going to have to go and find some the old-fashioned way.
With low money, I don't disagree with Eat My Steel's play. I mean, we don't know if this is a poverty seed just yet, but if he's sitting, between 10 and 20 rupees, that's fine. I think that's a decent play. You might make 60 rupees.
We just found one of the, or at least Eat My Steel just found one of the door repair caves, and he just found level 5. In fact, level 5 is just to the west of just to the east rather of the lake.
Actually, the hint has to do with something we already knew about. It had to do with the location of the white sword bomb upgrade in the Dead Woods, so you didn't actually lose anything on that.
I might have misread the text on that then. I thought that was a take any.
Oh, for the door repair?
Yeah, door repair, sorry.
We're finding levels left and right. After Eat My Steel found level 5, now we have level 2.
And that's one screen away, just to the south along the coast.
So far, we're not too many levels are left at large. I think we've got 4, 7, and 8, and that is all.
I didn't catch exactly where level 3 was located, but I'm assuming it was in the upper right, where this is what reason I think Fred is trying to clean it out, even though there are whiz robes in here, particularly the blue variety that he has to deal with.
Yeah, unfortunately, they have 10 hit points, so it takes 3 bombs to take them down. So with 6 bombs, yeah, Fred's not going to use bombs on Wizards unless he absolutely has to. There's a free pack of bombs in a Triforce room. Nice find.
That would encourage him to use them if he has to.
Ooh, and speaking of bombs, Another free pack there. So he's looking for the staircase. If he finds the staircase, well, there's a blue Wizro room. Fred wants no part of that. Eat My Steel in level 2, looking for the item that is going to be on the ground. May have to full clear it. Might just be there right for the taking. Now, this is not going to be a staircase room because level 2, by default, doesn't have any staircases unless you're playing Shapes or Second Quest.
Leok lurks on Death Mountain. There we go. I think we already saw that level, though. Or no, we don't. That's level 4.
That's level 4. That is a level we have not seen yet. And since neither of these runners have discovered really much of any Death Mountain yet, who knows where it could be. It's likely bomb blocked.
It very well could be. And being on Death Mountain, there's a lot of places on Death Mountain that it could be. So at least we know one level is up there today. We'll see about 7 and 8.
Uh-oh, we have a potential ladder block here as we have found the good old Chevrolet room, which you definitely need the ladder to cross, so if there's not a workaround, we may be blocked out of the item.
And we found darkness in the underworld enemy set too.
There is a workaround, so we're not ladder blocked, at least from the Triforce, unless it happens to be in there. Fred was double river room blocked, and here is Troll Handler here in level 2, going to try for the bullseye, but just missed.
But
he gets him on the second try.
Gets a fairy.
Yeah, that'll increase his health. He probably was wishing he would get the bomb drop. Because he didn't have a clean fight, he got bopped after he made the first explosion. No bombs for him. Fred's still looking for the item here in level 3, as Eat My Steel looking for the item in level 2. Does find a key, but he shouldn't be petting the bunnies there, Eat My Steel. He's losing 2 hearts every time you get hit, so definitely have to be careful. There's the Triforce in level 2, and Fred, unfortunately, what a nasty room for a blue Wiz room. That maze room right there. He'll have to go back to start.
Yeah, and I think he's decided he's done. That's actually right along the right edge of the screen there, too. Just there's the secret. So, yeah, that's not a very convenient spot to have to come back to. It looks like he might have to come back to that later.
This is a potential drop room here for Eat My Steel. He is waiting for the Darknuts to line up. Oh, but one of them was in the wrong path. So unfortunately, that deflected the bomb right there. And Eat My Steel says, nah, forget it. Try a different path. I think
I want to know if Fred... Sorry.
I think he's going to pick up the Triforce and leave. He'll come back later when he's got maybe more explosives.
I want to know what Fred was doing there. He did a screen scroll in using the HUD as his walking location there. Really, I'm not sure the exact mechanics behind how that's done, but he used that to get around a very difficult screen and get into the screen to the second on the top from the right.
Well, there's our door repair penalty message. Judge me by my size, don't you? And that just bankrupted Fred. I don't know exactly what the door repair penalty is because didn't have enough rupees to even cover the charge. We'll find out maybe later.
Well, he got 33 rupees there, so if he finds another one, we'll see. He keeps dropping his meat.
Yeah, then that's a good strategy because many enemies are attracted to that bait, particularly gorillas and moblins. And there's another medium secret to double his money to 66. And now World 8 is found by Eat My Steel. We know the vicinity of our level 4, so the only level we're pretty much missing is 7 at this point. Nothing like a poorly guarded Triforce by this two-headed Gliok. Eat My Steel can just take it right for the taking. This potentially might be one of his items, but a difficult room to do a clip in, and he misses.
I was trying to see what that Armos item was, because even on the replay, because I didn't quite catch a glimpse of it, I think it was the boomerang that was the Armos item there.
It was one of the, no, it was the magical key.
Oh, it was a magical, oh wow, okay, that's a great pickup.
The magical key for Fred, that is our Armos statue item, and we have a heart container as one of the 2 items here in level 8, so that'll put Eat My Steel up to 7 hearts.
And there's level 7. We got all except level 4, which we know is on Death Mountain.
Correct. So by the looks of things, it doesn't look like any of our levels are going to be blocked by the Power Bracelet Recorder or the Raft. So unless Dig Dogger is guarding an item or a Triforce, none of those items are going to be required.
And we have a Gliok sitting right on top of the Triforce in level 8, so much for guarding it. When we hear Fred, when Fred goes to get that level 8 Triforce later, you're going to hear the Gliok continuing to scream as you're collecting the Triforce, which is a really, really interesting side effect of the randomizer.
So Fred in 33 rooms of pure torture. Maybe this is the item? Nah, too good to be true. So step over the water to reach the recorder was a hint that we got here in level 7. That means either it is our coastal item or it is ladder blocked in some other dungeon.
At this point, unless there's a dig dogger block somewhere, it's not looking like it will be needed either. So we'll see later if that does come into play.
Yep, and out of the shoot room to a room full. Another Wizrobe dungeon. That's at least 3 now already.
What was that about pure torture?
Yes, that is 33 rooms of pure chaos, hell, whatever you want to call it. That is level 7 for you. And this potentially could be where the item is here in this reverse C room. Of course,
yeah.
It could very well be a red herring, too. And with blue Wizrobes, a Gibdo, and a Stalfos, not to mention Bubbles, not an easy room to tackle. He's only got 2.5 hearts. A bop from either the Gibdo or a blue Wizrobe will cost him 2 hearts.
Yeah, he's being very careful with this. As he's playing as a Gibdo there, I'm noticing the different sprite going around there too. He had to walk out of the way to get out of the way of that Wizrobe.
Yeah, he's down to his last heart and a half.
Wizrobe's invading the door.
Which is kind of normal, and he's got them all. This is our item for level 7, so you had to clear that room, and hopefully for Fred's sake, it's going to be worth his while. We have the raft.
I'm going to say that's not worth it, because we know where all the levels are, but I don't think he knows yet where some of the levels are located. So as far as he's concerned, that's still worthwhile picking.
Yeah, Fred's going to go ahead and pick that up. You're going to pick that up almost every time, unless you're absolutely certain that the raft is definitely not required for that seed. You're going to pick that up each and every time. We know, just based off of everything we have seen so far, that raft is not going to be required.
And Fred clears out the orange Wizrobes in the room to the south. Nothing appears, nothing happens. There's a dig dogger and a ladder block, both in the same room. That could be very interesting.
Could be it could be a required room to get the Triforce. You never know. So keep that room in mind, folks, as we continue to explore level 7.
There's another ladder block. Oh, there's a door there, so at least he found a door, a locked door. Yep. He has the any key to open that.
Yeah, there appears to be a workaround to the ladder block that both of these runners are in right now, because this is actually where Fred took the transport staircase, as Eat My Steel says no to that transport staircase, and Eat My Steel finds the shoot room.
Fred decided he's already explored that room. There's no point going through that locked door, so he's not wasting any time with that.
Yep.
Takes the pack of bombs this time.
Yep, that'll put him up to 7 bombs right now. So now, you had mentioned the funny-looking sprite regarding the Gibdo in that reverse C room. He's playing as a Gibdo, so any Gibdos in the seed that you normally would see, they're going to be replaced by Link sprites instead. Right. The same thing would apply regardless of which of Ganon's minions you play as Eat My Steel finds a medium secret, up to 38 rupees now.
And Fred doing the back and forth to get rid of some more keys here, so trying to thin the herd, so to speak. There's 2 more guns, so 1 left. He'll go back and forth one more time, clear that room, see if there's anything in there.
Meanwhile, Eat My Steel did find the magical key behind that Armo statue that normally has a 10 secret in the vanilla game. Speaking of secrets, medium secret for Eat My Steel, that'll put him up to 71 rupees now.
I don't think we've seen a large secret yet, have we?
No, we have not seen the large secret yet. And there are going to be 3 of them since we're dealing with a first quest overworld. We're also dealing with first quest dungeon layouts as well. No shapes, no second quest, so pretty straightforward for these runners if they know their maps.
And Fred is in new territory here, trying to bait the ropes in a way that he can get as many as he can in one shot. Only got 2, so he's going to leave and come back. Doesn't need the clock because he can't do anything else with them. Doesn't want to waste bombs on him. Leok returns along the coast. Well, we have seen that already, but thank you.
And the door repair penalty looks like it's vanilla. It looked like 20 rupees as Eat My Steel, unfortunately, taking a death. And that's not a place you want to take a death at because of the starting location all the way back to vanilla level 3. And there is no fast way to get back up there. That's a tough death to take.
It was actually 21 rupees. I actually looked at the replay. He had 105 and went down to 84. So it was 21.
Okay, 21
but still very close to vanilla. Very close to what you get in the normal game.
Yep, so definitely not the worst door repair penalty. We find a potion shop, but without the letter, no business for Eat My Steel. He'll come back later if he gets it.
And Fred goes back to the start of level 7. He's going to use the bomb hole access this time. I suspect he... Well, let me see. He's going back north. I wonder what he's
too
doing.
late. Eat My Steel tried to get out of that door repair penalty, but unfortunately he paused the game too late, so he lost his 21 rupees there.
There's the Dig Dogger in one of the staircase rooms here. I think that was a transport, if I'm remembering correctly.
Interesting that Eat My Steel not going back for the bomb upgrade near start in the Dead Woods because he's eligible to get that +2.
He's probably waiting till a point where he goes back to that area later and wants a bomb refill. Right now, I don't think he's too worried about him. Right now, it'd be very handy, though, against those Wizrobes.
There's a heart container that's free on the ground. Has to go a long ways to get there, but not many keys are blocking the path. That's the transport staircase, and he's going to go ahead and take it. No, yes, he is going to take it, but another death for Fred here.
Yep, Fred takes a nap. And he's had enough.
It is level 7 after all, so he'll have to come back later when he's better equipped and get the Triforce at that point. We've already seen 3 or 4 Wizrobe dungeons already. 6, 7, 3, and 1, I think. I mean, we've seen a bunch.
Yeah, that's 4. Okay.
And Eat My Steel does find a bomb room here. The rectangle room, which you normally see in level 7. Actually, you never see it at all in the speed run because it's in a room to the right of the path you're normally taking.
So Fred is coming upon the very interestingly spawning rocks in the Lost Woods. Going to check the rooms in the southwest corner of the map now, and here we have just looks like a medicine shop.
Yep, and unfortunately, when Fred goes into that cave to the left, he's going to end up losing 21 rupees.
Easy come, easy go.
That's what they all say. You're absolutely right. As Eat My Steel trying to clear that room to open up the shutter door, but he's going to vie for this room instead. Gets a nickel from the ropes, which are in the money-dropping group, so they will drop plenty of rupees for you.
Now, I wonder if Fred's going to go ahead and get the bomb upgrade now. He just went back to the start. He is going north, so I believe this is where it was, or one screen away.
Yeah, no, he's not going to go for it.
Oh,
he's going to go for this burn bush instead, and he's going to try and get in there, and he's going to find that it has another potion shop. See, this was what stopped Fred in his tracks right there, that mugger room right there. But because Eat My Steel, and now Fred for that matter, both have the any key, that any key is going to act as a free pass, so it's going to be the old men that are going to be out of luck in those rooms.
Yep, no more mugging today. The early mug room, to put it bluntly, was defeated.
Yeah, you better believe it. Eat My Steel down to just 1 bomb. I would rather not use it on the 2 hit point Stalfos here. Doesn't look like you can bomb to the east to get to the Triforce here, so Fred finding his 3rd take any cave, he'll pick up the heart container, and it's behind where you kind of find a heart container in the second quest, only it's 1 screen to the left. There's our item, and it's all hail, and Eat My Steel going to go ahead and pick it up. A nice secondary weapon to have in Swordless.
Also a nutritious breakfast for those who need something nutritious for breakfast. But let's keep going away from breakfast. Fred cleans out the vanilla level 6 location. Just stop there.
Yep. we're still trying to find out where a lot of things are, because we found the book in level 1. We have found a wooden boomerang in level 6. And there's the 4th and final already. All 4 bonus caves for Fred. That might be one of the fastest times you'll see.
It's nice to get this out of the way as he finds the armor staircase here. And look, more medicine.
Yep, 25 minutes in. We have a raft in level 7. There is a heart container in level 8. And the Armo statue item is the any key. We don't know what the coastal item is yet. No one has checked it.
No one, I think, is in a hurry to check it because the ladder is needed to get it anyway. So I don't think anyone's worried about it right now.
Well, right, but it might give runners peace of mind and what might be up for grabs. Usually somebody will have checked it by now. Fred's going to find the book here, and he's going to leave it behind, I would imagine. And, yeah. Eat My Steel is one screen away from discovering level 9. There's a potion shop. Again, neither runner has the letter. This is where level 9 is going to be. As long as he doesn't take a death, he'll have that knowledge.
And there's that knowledge. Fred takes another nice pack of bombs and goes through. Picks up the key, even though he doesn't really need it.
Mentally, I was kind of chuckling inside because Eat My Steel, out of habit, did the pirouette trick to get rid of the unlocked door in level 9. But, of course, he didn't need to do that because, of course, he's got the any key. Fred gets the Triforce out of level 1.
Nothing guarding that, so that's a fairly easy pickup.
I'll see if Fred decides to go back in there for the second item. He's going to go for it. Eat My Steel not going to gamble any of his rupees this time on the casino. He's got 74.
Now you got enough to do something with. There's no point gambling it away at this point.
Agreed. When you have 74 rupees, yeah, not a good time to gamble at this point. And
especially when you find the shop and are reminded, oh yeah, I need 13 more to buy arrows.
Right you are there, and Fred gonna up an A, take a different path to try to find that second item. And another potion shop for Eat My Steel. Where could that letter be?
That was a different sprite. I don't know if that was a potion shop. Or, oh yeah, wait, different sprite on his side. Never mind.
Yep, because remember, Eat My Steel is playing as the Impa, or the old woman sprite. So you're gonna see Link and Zelda running shops. Potential drop room here.
Yep, we have one of those, and it's just gels. So this actually isn't bad. He's going to see what's to the north as he, I guess he's going to continue checking that before. Actually, no, there can't be a drop there because he already picked up the item that was in the stairwell.
Ooh, this room was there. This room, though, could be a drop. That Aquamentus room right there, as Fred goes ahead and picks up the map. Eat My Steel also back into level 1 right now. He's going to try and get the Triforce and his second item if he can.
Fred is checking the extreme reaches of World 1 here, as he finds another trio of... Oh, he's locked in. He has to use bombs here. And it's just
Nice bombs there for Fred to take down the rest of the Zols. Unfortunately, doesn't get the reward he's looking for. Starting to get that feeling, Cyclone, that this room right here that Eat My Steel is in very well might have our second item.
It's possible, but so could a couple of rooms here, I think, too, that have not been cleaned out. The one that Fred's in right now could be it, too.
That's a full clear of level 1 on Fred's side, and Fred's saying, I'll come back when I've got the wand. So, Eat My Steel, I would imagine, probably going to come to the same realization when he gets there, and he'll probably say no to the rest of level 1 himself, as he's going to get his Triforce. That'll be his third piece.
That is up in a convenient spot. That's where the room location, I believe, where the boomerang would normally be found in the vanilla game, or at least there's something up there in the vanilla game that's a dead end.
I know there's a old man that talks about Peninsula or something. I don't know if that's level 1, but I think that might be the room you are talking about.
That might be, yeah, the boomerang's on the ground, that's right.
Correct. You have to clear 3 orange gorillas in a couple of rooms before the Aquamentus fight, as Fred going to lose 21 rupees here. Now, he's exploring Death Mountain. If he picks the right cave to bomb, he's going to find level 4.
He's got 6 bombs, so he has a good chance to do that.
Right you are. Is Eat My Steel back into level 1. He's going to try and get that second item, but it looks to be heavy combat blocked, just based on what we've seen left.
Fred getting another door repair, so he's down to 32 rupees now.
Gotta believe if we find a secret here in Death Mountain, one of them is bound to be a large. Ooh,
There has to
unfortunately
be.
missing the mark. Let's see if we have a level 4 here. No. That's going to be a expensive bait shop. That is cheapest the expensive meat can possibly be at 80.
And yeah, the other one was a 61, so there you go. That's where you want to get your meat today, where the 61 is. And the keys are 94 rupees up there. Good thing we don't need those.
Well, we have hints. The Dongo dwells with the wand. Level 2's got the wand.
Ooh.
What a huge hint there for Fred. So now he knows, gets to level 2, there is going to be a wand there. And unfortunately, when Eat My Steel got the Triforce out of there, he was unable to get it, which again, could potentially be heavy combat block, as Fred is going to go ahead and pick up his bombs plus here.
I was about to call that out. I was going to say he's probably going to pick that up now that he has 8 hearts. He knows he can pick it up.
And Eat My Steel coming to the same conclusion that too much combat in level 1 is blocking that second item, so he'll come back later if need be. Eat My Steel gonna bomb here. This is not where level 4 is. That's a blue ring shop, and Fred finds another medium secret.
Still medium, no large.
They're gonna be bunched, I'm telling you.
They're starting to look that way right now.
Of course, you never know. One of them could be Wrath block, one of them could be Recorder block. You just never know.
That's right.
Power Bracelet blocked?
It's possible we may never see it.
That would be a rarity by itself.
It would be. But if there's one in each of those scenarios, that's possible. So Fred is in World 6, World 6 right now, because that's what the seed generated. And he's in Stalfo's Paradise.
I can understand why you're kind of chuckling at that, Cyclone, because we do have a Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer Tournament going on. Of course, those levels are known as worlds in this game. But yeah, world is one of the many different random phrases levels can be throughout the Zelda Randomizer. You can have like acts and zones and palaces, etc. There's a bunch of them.
Layer.
Sphere.
I like Layer myself.
Yep. So Fred, with the any key, is able to take down the Mugger Room using that any key, as Eat My Steel's now going to do some Death Mountain exploration. Now, he's only got 24 rupees, and he's going to play. He's going to go ahead and play the money-making game, and oh, if he would have picked the one on the right, he would have hit the jackpot for 60, but unfortunately, it wasn't the right pick. I like his idea, though.
And then he lost the rest of his money to by destroying a door.
Yep. Which, of course, we saw Fred do earlier. There was a few door repair penalties here, and now Eat My Steel. As Fred finds the wooden boomerang himself, he'll go ahead and pick up Lord Banana, so both of our runners would be pleased by TGE at this point.
Fred is back outside, so both runners running around right now. Eat My Steel is still exploring Death Mountain, dealing with the moblins, getting a bomb drop from one of them.
That was a good play there.
It was. And finding his expensive meat.
Yeah, what he did there is he lined up the moblins so that all of them could stand in the same place and kill multiple moblins with the same bomb, and he did get a candy bomb out of that.
Fred finds some old news. The Like has a bomb upgrade in the Lost Woods. Thanks, game. Fred is now in level 5.
Now, Eat My Steel finds that same hinge shop, but unfortunately, because of the door repair penalties and the money-making game defeat, he doesn't have enough money to purchase the crucial hint that Fred got regarding the wand.
I think even without the money-making game defeat, that would have still cost him, because he didn't have enough to pay the door repair toll either.
Correct. put those two together, and yeah, you just don't have the money. If he would have won the money-making game, I think he still would have had enough. And oh boy, we have a ladder block, but Fred's going to try to clip. Fred is going to try to clip into it. He does! Unbelievable! Very well done. A difficult room to clip with the manhandler there, and Fred successful on the swordless river clip to get the Triforce out of level 5. Well, that's huge.
And the manhandler continuing to scream as he celebrates. He goes back into level 5. He's going to look around further.
Listen, Cyclone, that is huge. And I'm going to tell you why. If that is the only place that the ladder ends up being required at, and Eat My Steel can't do that trick, that is a huge advantage Fred's going to have.
Absolutely. Unless Eat My Steel finds the ladder before going back to level 5.
Right.
In which case it's pretty much negated. But otherwise, absolutely correct.
Well, let's see what we have here in level 5. And we have the bow!
Oh, yes. Now the items are starting to show up.
Yep, so that is 1/3 of the puzzle pieces needed to defeat Ganon, while in his case, defeat Princess Zelda since he is playing as a Gibdo.
And there's another door repair, so he's going to drop down to 13 rupees. Not very lucky.
We've seen a lot of these door repair penalties very, very fast, so there can't be too many more left. Is Eat My Steel now going to check? Here's a spot we really haven't checked. The waterfall and the white sword location. Now Fred's in level 2. He knows the wand is here.
He does.
Here's some money.
Oh.
Another medium secret.
Wow.
We're down to, I think, 2 smalls and all 3 larges.
Yeah, we've got to find one of them soon, the large ones.
Maybe White Sword Cave will have it. Beta Flex, we have not found the large secret yet, so we can't determine if this is a poverty seed, but instead another...
Oh, it's a door repair!
Give these...
Where's the money?
Right.
Show
Wow.
me the money, they say.
Exactly. That's got to be at least 7 or 8 door repair penalties we have seen in this seed. There can't be too many left.
They've done a lot of the exploration by now. There's not that many rooms left to explore either, so... Where are they?
Now, they also didn't find level 4 yet, but I do know for a fact there's a few Death Mountain spots they haven't checked, including the Forgotten spot. Here is a medium secret for Eat My Steel. He'll be up to 79 rupees. Fred's still trying to make the mad dash to find the wand here in level 2. Going to use the boomerang here. He's going to line up these Wallmaster. I love it too. 1 bomb.
I like this.
Take them all down. And another door.
He uses the torch. And he could try pushing that block, but I guess he realizes that the item he's missing may be on the ground, which is the wand could be on the ground.
Yeah, there's a lot of rooms it could be in this. He's got to know which rooms are going to provide the drops. This room looks familiar. It looks like level 2 or level 3, don't it? With the blocks and all those orange dark nuts. It's like playing the level 3 game.
Oh look, we found the Triforce room with 5 rupees in it, and a ladder block.
Yeah, we had seen that on Eat My Steel's side, and that is a potential drop room. That Chevy room.
He's going to try to work around to it right now. He's finding the doorway to the other side. So I suspect he will continue south. He's trying to work on the Wallmaster right now. Maybe trying to see if it's the dominant enemy in the room. And he finds the Manhandler.
Oh, that's ugly. Eat My Steel finds a take any cave, but not before he found yet another Zonk. He's down to 37 rupees.
And Wallmaster, by the way, was not the primary enemy. So next step is dealing with the Jawls, or Gulls.
Yeah, nice kill. And he gets a clock! This will be an easy kill of that last Dark Nut, and there's the compass.
Yeah.
And now we have Eat My Steel here in level 5. Again, the Triforce is in a manhandler room in a river, which you normally need the ladder to do unless you can do a block clip type move. Let's see if Eat My Steel is able to do so.
I'm not sure if we actually discussed this, but it looks like it's the coast item. I think it's showing up as the recorder there. So we don't know where the ladder is yet. I don't believe.
Yeah, we haven't seen the recorder. It might be on the coast, but again, neither player has made a play for it. It very well could be at the coast, though. Here's that room. Let's see if Eat My Steel can do that clip. He does!
He has it.
Excellent. So Eat My Steel will not lose any kind of ground on Fred whatsoever. That's going to be his 4th Triforce piece. Nice use of the candle there to get across the river to pick it up. And speaking of bombs, oof, that's an expensive bomb upgrade price of $115.
My. Especially when we haven't found any large secrets at all anywhere in the seed.
And for all we know, Cyclone, this could be a poverty seed, so Fred will keep that in mind. He may or may not go back for it down the road. Depends on what that large is.
Eat My Steel, by the way, is still digging around in level 5. We do know the bow is in here, as Fred did pick that up. So there's the wand for Fred.
And it was in the spike room, so the ladder not required to get it, but Eat My Steel leaving level 5. Or is he trying to get bombs? He's trying to get bombs.
Fred had the wand one room away from the Triforce in level 2. They were right next to each other.
Oh, and Eat My Steel simply overlook that room. Ah, that's a tough one to take. And Eat My Steel gonna leave the bow behind in level 5. Oof. Things are starting to look like Fred right here.
It's looking grim for Eat My Steel at this point. I don't see him going back to level 5 for a little while at least.
Now Eat My Steel back in level 8 here, and there's the other bombs plus. Fred, you got
He tried for it anyway. Yeah, he tried for it anyway.
He thought he
I like the cheekiness. It didn't work.
I like the Moxie too, but not going to do you any good. That is the magical sword version of the bomb, upgrading you between 10 and 14 hearts. I don't think we're going to see either of our runners go back for it unless they get a lot of hearts.
And there's World 8 for Fred, so we're both in the same level right now.
Yep, so we know that the heart container is one of the items, as Eat My Steel got it earlier. Ooh, and we've got ourselves a troll handler here, and he's only got 1 bomb to his name. Needs the bullseye or bust.
Or just clip the room.
Yeah. Eat My Steel wants no part of that troll handler. No, siree Bob. Fred is going to take his shot at Gliok, and why not? He's got the 1. That was a nice, fast kill.
That was very quick. And continuing onwards, lots of bats.
Yeah, with that 1, Fred is going to simply flat out turn on the afterburners with his combat.
And he clipped the wings off of those guys quick. Ooh, he doesn't have the arrows.
Yeah, he's going to have to up an A and take a different path. We know that there's nothing there. The Triforce was already obtained by Eat My Steel, so they're just looking for that second staircase. Oh, Eat My Steel cannot cross that room full of blue Lionels, and he takes a death. Back to start he goes.
Fred, meanwhile, clips in and finds the heart container that we've already seen.
Yep, that puts him up to 9 hearts now. So, again, we're still looking for the second item. That's going to be behind a staircase.
And he's going to take his time on these Lionels. He wants to go north. So, nice to see the Lionels in the dungeons today, not in the overworld, hampering your progress. And there's one right there.
That would be our bait block.
Yeah.
It's not required. And there's that Triforce.
Fred is not picking it up yet. I think it is close to the start, so I see no issue with that play at all. He's going to ignore the manhandle, go to the east, and ignore the snakes.
And those blue danger noodles, those blue land molas, wants no part of it. Now, I don't know if we had seen this room, or if this is the way to troll handle, or if this is our second item. No, that's the way to troll handler. Level 7 had the raft.
And now he has to decide, will he fight this annoying creature? And he does make a shot and doesn't get anything.
Oh, he almost got a dirty bullseye there, but he just missed. Very close.
Trying to use the wand to finish up now.
He's got to be careful. Every time you get hit...
shots.
Nice, he got him. Every time you get hit by Manhandle, you lose 1 heart, so you really got to be careful when you're on low health.
Oh, we got some buddies here.
Fred able to bomb to the south here. I didn't see what the ladder item on the coast was. Eat My Steel just passed it.
I didn't catch either. That was a few screens ago, it looks like.
Yeah, so...
according to our tracker, the ladder item might be the recorder.
That could be. Which again makes sense based off of one of the hints we saw in level 7. Fred's still trying to find the item here in level 8, that second item. He knows where the Triforce is. He's just looking for that staircase that is going to have that second item. And for all we know, it could be those coveted silver arrows. And if that's the case, Fred will be in go mode.
Yeah, everything else here is a nice to have, but not looking required in that case. Except for the possible ladder. The ladder might be required still.
Oh, what a time for a clock here. Fred can clear these polls voices. This potentially could be a push block, and if it is, it's going to be our second item in level 8.
I think it is.
And it is.
There, this is our chance to see the second item. Yes, it is. It's the scrap metal.
Ooh, Fred, what is he going to do? Is he going to upgrade his boomerang? He's going to burn it! Roasted! Roasted blueberry plantains on the house. TGE would approve of that one.
Yep, that's scrap metal is good at conducting heat and good for cooking. So yeah, there's how he cooks his meat.
Absolutely. So Fred now just needs to make a beeline back toward the Triforce without getting hit by these blue Lionels. He's down to just 1 heart, so got to be very, very careful here. And he got it. 5th Triforce for Fred.
So now we know the magic boomerang was in level 8. We'll get that marked on the tracker there in a moment there. So we still don't know where the ladder is in case we need that. We still don't know where the silver arrows are. We are missing the item in level 4, I believe. Level 3. We know the book is in level 1. This actually would be a good time to do an item recap if you have that.
Yeah, this is what we have so far. One of the 2 items in level 1 is the book. Level 2 has the wand. Level 5 is the bow. Level 6 is the wooden boomerang. Level 7 is the raft. Level 8, the heart container and the magical boomerang. The Armo statue item was the magical key, and the ladder item on the coast, I'm simply going to take their word for it, is the recorder.
There's still a lot of items that are up for grabs here. The red candle, we don't know where it is, in case, and that's maybe a nice to have, not really needed for Fred right now. We don't have the red ring yet. We don't have the power bracelet, the croissant. The most important items, though, are the silver arrows and the ladder.
Yeah, so far the ladder is proving not to be required at this point, but you just never know if level 9 could have that dead end either in Ganon's room or Zelda's room or somewhere in between. So we'll see if it comes into play, but the prospect of a ladderless seed is starting to build here.
And that's a rarity in itself. I mean, we haven't seen a single large secret. We haven't seen a single, except for the case where the ladder was logically required because it was needed for level 5. But they both got through it with Eclipse. So even though technically the ladder is required, it could turn into a ladder's seed just because of that clip.
Absolutely right there, Cyclone. As Eat My Steel is going to fill it up here at the Fairy Fountain.
These wizards are not cooperating.
No, they are not. Because Fred wants to know exactly...
Oh.
I don't think he wanted to do that.
I don't think so either.
Yeah. It's good to do if there's like a couple of blue Wizrobes left and you're down to like a half a heart and you want to try to lock the room. But yeah, that was an accident there for Fred.
Yeah, that's a wasted bomb in his case. He's decided, no, I'm just going to move on.
I don't blame him at this point. It's 3 bombs per blue Wizrobe, and for all he knows, his opponent might be ahead of him. We know he's in a good spot right now.
Yeah, and the reason we know that is because eatmysteel hasn't picked up the bow in level 5. He bailed after picking up the Triforce and doing a little bit of a search and decided, you know what, I'll do this later. So he doesn't know where the bow is yet, and Fred is in absolute prime position right now as he gets a heart container from the drop.
He now has a 20% chance of picking up the 2nd bomb upgrade if he decides to make that play on the coast. Looks like eatmysteel going to head for Casino Corner here in Hyrule. We're going to find out what's behind the vanilla money-making game. Yeah, that was level 3. We had seen that on Fred's side earlier.
Fred is took out a couple enemies in that room with a blue Wizrobe, but I think he's going to try to find out what the dominant enemy is in that room later. Right now, he's finding the Triforce here and decides, you know what, I'll pick that up.
Of course, he already got the raft out of level 7, so he's done.
Makes sense to me.
All right, so he'll be moving on to the next level here. He just needs the Triforce out of 6. And we still haven't found the exact spot of where level 4 is. We know it's somewhere in Death Mountain, but neither runner has found it.
It could be up in the vanilla level 9 location. I don't think we've been in that location yet. Or
we haven't.
west.
We haven't.
There could be a large secret up there.
Very well could be. There's a few bombable spots there. You got 2 bombable spots in the level 9 area. And, of course, you've got the potion shop next door. So that's 3 chances right there.
So he's using the trip up to the Lost Hills area. This is what I suggested the runners could do earlier. Cleaning out the top right once you knew that one of the paths went up to the end of the Lost Hills section, and weren't able to go right from that. So Fred did clean that earlier as much as he could, and I think he's down up there now, actually. So he's using that as a shortcut to get to Death Mountain now.
Absolutely. So I would imagine with the screen scrolling here, he is going to check the level 9 spots here. And oh, shoot. What would level 3 be without that good old horizontal shoot room?
Well, the better question is what would level 9 be without that? I'm sure we'll get 1 or 2 of those in level 9 as well, but yep, oh shoot.
I don't know if we're going to get one in level 9 because we saw it in level 7 tonight, which usually doesn't happen. And there's another medium. Wow! I think we found every single medium secret, and we have found 2 of the smalls. So any other secret from here on out, it's either going to be a small, or it's going to be that large, which we still don't know what it is, almost an hour into the seed.
Yeah, 52 minutes and 24 seconds. We still do not know what the large secret is.
We're going to see if there's some money behind there, or if that might be where level 4 is. Now, that's the other hinge shop. Actually, we saw that hinge shop earlier on eatmysteel side, but he didn't have the cash.
I was going to try and find another bomb location here. Here's the vanilla entrance to death.
And hope for... Oh, he gets a bomb drop
nice
from
bomb
the blue
drop.
moblins. And here's some money.
95 at 52 minutes and 58 seconds. We now know the amount of the large secret. 95 rupees.
Not laws approved, but that's one of the better ones I've seen. So, definitely not a poverty seed. It's not laws approved. It's average. This is an average money seed.
That's one of the longer cases of finding the large secret that I've seen in a seed as well. I think that's probably the longest one I've seen.
Yep, so this is where level 4 is. So, blue
Dirt
danger
nap for
noodles.
Fred.
Back to start he goes. Each time you get hit by the orange and a dirt nap for eatmysteel in level 3. So, combat proven to be doozies for both of our runners so far.
Ooh, that yellow palette on level 3 is very eye-blinding.
And Fred, unfortunately, can't get the bullseye on Troll Handler here. Neither runner has managed to get one so far in the seed, but Fred will use the wand to take down that last pedal, and unfortunately, no drop.
And dark room, so he may want to light that up. There it is.
Another maze room. He doesn't need the key. He's looking for the staircase that's going to have his item. It may be here.
He'll take that fairy for the extra health and knock the Lionels out. Push the block. Insert self into stairwell. Stairwell contains a red candle.
Fred thought about backing out of it, but he's going to decide it's a nice secondary weapon to have, so he'll go ahead and pick it up.
Yep, he was about to back out, so he's decided to go ahead and pick it up.
Oh, Eat My Steel knows where the item in level 3 is, but the combat got to him again, so back to start he goes, but we're about to find out what's in level 3.
Yeah, he only didn't have a lot of health left entering that room, but at least he knows where that is now. Fred picking up his Triforce for level 4. He just has to find level 6 Triforce, and he's done. Just has to go to level 9 then.
So here's the situation. If the silver arrows are not in level 3, and Fred makes the play to level 9 immediately, there's a 2 in 3 chance that the silver arrows are in 9.
At this point, based on what we've seen, I'm inclined to believe that the silver arrows could be there. What would be really interesting as well, and actually no, the ladder can't be in level 9 because we've already seen a spot where normally it would be required, so the ladder can't be in level 9. So the silver arrows and the red ring, maybe the power bracelet, 2 of those 3 items are definitely in level 9, I would say, at this point.
You're right, Cyclone. And yes, because of the logic, because of the sanity check, I mean, yes, technically the ladder would be required if you didn't know how to do that clip. So if that's the case, then yeah, ladder cannot possibly be in level 9 in that case. So if the ladder is not here in 3, you gotta believe it's the other item in level 1, and Patrick Wayne just told Eat My Steel, you lose! Tough going here for Eat My Steel here at level 3.
And the other end of this is if Eat My Steel finds the silvers here, then that's actually a good advantage for him for now, because Fred, I think, has decided he's done with level 3. I think that's all the way up in the top right, if I remember correctly. Fred probably won't go back there for a little while at least, unless that's the last thing left.
Right. So, Eat My Steel still trying to get to that item here in level 3. He also needs to get the Triforce as well. So, 57 minutes in, Fred looks to be in a very favorable position. I think the one thing that could stop Fred is if the silver arrows are not 9.
Yeah, if he digs level 9 and Eat My Steel finds them where he is right now in level 3, because we do not know what's in level 3. If he finds them there and Fred digs level 9 for those silvers, that will be problematic for Fred. And if Eat My Steel finds his bow before Fred goes back to get those silvers, that could be something that decides this race.
This is a difficult room to do a block clip in with all these Wizrobes here. But oh! Bad touch, bad touch, bad touch. He got the clip successfully, but bumped into the back of that Wizrobe, and that means he has to go back to start again. Very tough break.
Oh, that is painful. So, round 4 or 5 now, he's trying to do this now?
Well, it feels like about round 25, and now Fred's going to bomb some Dodongos here and try to clear out this room, which he does successfully, and gets his Triforce. So that is all 8 Triforce pieces for Fred. 58 minutes in, he's eligible to go into level 9.
He might dig it.
At this point, I think it's a great play. Percentage play, he knows it's a good bet. We'll see what Fred decides to do. It looks like he's making a beeline towards it now. Yeah.
Right where he's going, yep. 2 rooms away, up on Candle Row, in the middle of Candle Row. And we'll explain what we're going to look for here in level 9. Level 9, there's, besides the silver arrows possibly here, there's 2 things Fred will be looking for. He's going to be looking for a door that does not open, like that one, which did open. If he finds the door that does not open, then he will know that even when all the enemies are in the room are dead, there's no blocks to push. He'll know that's where the girl, or in his case, Ganon, is located. But if he hears screaming from a neighboring room, that will be a sign, barring any Patras or anything unpleasant in the room, that that is where the pig is located. And by finding another adjoining room, he can narrow down exactly where, in his case, Princess Zelda is located.
That's correct. So, also there are 3 old men with 4 potential hints, and those 4 hints could be as follows. One is where Ganon could be. One is where Zelda could be. One is what is guarding the compass. And the hint he's probably wanting to see is where the silver arrows are. Now, we've seen one Mugger room. There's the potential of up to 3 of them. Those 2 other ones, if there are that many, could still be in play and take away our hints.
And it could eat up, in particular, that silver arrow.
It was close.
If that would happen.
Very close to getting that clip.
Yeah, I was going to say, it could eat up that silver arrow hint, too, or any of the other hints. So if these silver arrows...
He's got it! All right, here's the item. Ladder!
Ladder!
Well, level 9 happens to be ladder blocked. Eat My Steel could turn this around, but Fred finds the red ring!
Okay, we have 2 items left. We have a croissant and the silver arrows.
One of them is in level 9. We are down to our final 2 items, and afterwards we can give a full item recap at that point. So right now, at this point, Cyclone, Eat My Steel's best chance is that level 9 somehow is ladder blocked. If that's the case,
there's a
Eat My Steel still has
possibility.
a chance.
There it is.
A possibility, but we'll see if there's a workaround. There may be a workaround.
There may be, but it's definitely possible as Fred gets like by the like.
Yep. So Fred, with that red ring, will quadruple his defense. So now any damage he takes is down to 1/4 the base value. Let's see if this is our second item. It is not.
What Eat My Steel really needs here is for Fred to not find that second item room for a long time. If that happens, and Eat My Steel comes across the silver somewhere else, that's a lot of digging that he will not have to do, and that's a huge time gain for him if he finds the bow before coming to level 9. So this is not over yet.
No, it's never over, and that's why level 9 gets the moniker the Great Equalizer. But still, Fred is in a powerful position at this point. And we see Eat My Steel found another Take Any Cave, opted for the potion, which I think is a pretty good move here. It'll enable him to refill his health twice. Don't forget, Cyclone, we don't know where the letter is. Well, it's kind of down there, though, Cyclone. That may just be doesn't look like that's going to be a problem for Fred at this point, but we'll see. Look pretty...
there was no screaming, so it's possible it may be nothing, but that seeing a room like that kind of gets you thinking for a second.
Oh, yeah, for sure, but we will see as Fred now... There's some gels. I think he should clear this room to see if this is where Ganon is. Yeah, he's going to clear it. Does the door open? Yes.
Yep, he found nothing.
I found bombs.
Oh, bombs, I guess. Yeah, nothing informational-wise than of use.
Right. As Eat My Steel is on the verge of finding level 4. And he'll find his first large secret of the match himself. 95 rupees. Again, 533 and 95 were our secrets. So that equates in my book as an average money seed.
I think Eat My Steel just found one of those 95 secrets in the level 9 location there, so he's finally got a little bit of money to work with.
123 rupees, he finds his level 4. Fred gonna tangle with his counterpart here. All Gibdos turn into links. Still looking for the second item here in level 9 or any hints. And another Wizrobe set. I think that's 5.
I think we have at least 4 or 5 levels. Yeah, we definitely have a lot of Wizrobes in this seed today.
Yeah, the rule is, Cyclone, that there must be at least 2 levels of each enemy set, which means the potential is you could have 5 of a single enemy set. Look at this. Just found the compass. Ganon is under the R.
There you go. That's far away from where he is now, but we're not worried about that until he finds out where, A, where his silver arrows are, and B, where his royal jelly is.
Yep, royal jelly is what we call Zelda when she is down for the count instead of bacon. So this is the item room here for Eat My Steel. Got to be careful down to his last heart. Going to bomb all 3. They do have 4 HP and gets a couple of heart drops. If I am not mistaken, I do believe Orange Linos are in the health dropping group. Yep, there's a fairy. He'll get his red candle.
Yep, that's the item right there. Fred is still working on the Wizrobes.
Yeah, this is a potential push block room here. This is a dangerous push block room. And he's down to just one bomb, one blue Wizrobe. He's got plenty of health, but he's got to nail the shot. He does. This is a push block. Is there an item here? Nope.
No.
Well, let's hope for Fred's sake that a required... Ooh, I was going to say let's hope that's not a required staircase to get to something. It might be.
It is, possibly. Unless he
there's
finds
a workaround.
Unless he finds another path while he's digging, that is a required staircase.
Yeah, that scares me. What do we have here? Oh, keys. Much better.
Potential dead end, potential bomb room. Oh,
and it's a staircase.
Push block. No item.
That's not it. Let's see where this transport staircase takes him to. It takes him to right around where he was. Oh, and Patrick Wayne back again in 9.
And heading north, after clearing out the bug, there's another staircase. This could be the item. He takes a hit as he goes in. It's another transport.
Good block clipping there. Very difficult to do a block clip with a room full of blue Wizards. Oh, this could be a room that I like to...
He's near where the ladder block in the lower left was. So this could be... he's not trying to bomb the walls. He doesn't have any bombs, so he can't. He might be realizing he might need more bombs. He may go look for that Megs along the court.
Nah, you know what that is? That's what I like to call a stealth staircase. It's one of those staircases that takes you to a one-off room. It's a complete dead end, hence why I like to say, feeling lonely. And there's a clock drop. Nice clock drop there for Fred, so he will not take any more damage from those Gibdos there. Now Eat My Steel gets the very important hint regarding the wand being in level 2.
And at this point, he most likely feels behind because seeing that an hour in, he probably is thinking Fred probably has found that already.
Yeah, but as we kind of suspected when we saw that double river room cyclone, definitely not a ladder block problem that Fred's going to have. That's a room that means 0. Yeah, this is going to buy Eat My Steel some time here. Fred can't find bombs soon.
And that's another transport staircase, so he's still looking for the item as well. This is giving Eat My Steel time to get the wand. Eat My Steel is 4 Triforces behind, but if he is going to have a chance to come in first place here, he's going to have to pick up his speed a little bit in getting the Triforce. And he's also going to have to go back to level 5, most importantly, and get the bow.
Yeah, and he's also in the wrong direction to get to the wand here. He's checking to the north, and we saw that it was toward the south.
Now, has Fred been in the room on the right of this room already?
Well, I'm not sure about that yet. We'd have to check his map. But Fred has found a spiral staircase, but we've already checked it, so he is going to go to the room to the east of the spiral staircase, and he's going to find a dark room. That's not going to be what he's looking for.
He's going to go back in anyway, and he's going to take out the gels and see if he can... Nope, no bombs. He's finding key instead. So I think he's going to take that locked door here now. There he goes. Will we find bombs here? Nothing.
Yeah, this is why level 9 is considered the great equalizer. This is one of the many reasons here. Bombs.
And we have seen bombs actually play a deciding role already in this tournament. I think one of the races I called, I actually did see bombs not come up for a runner for a long time, and the other runner had a chance to catch up.
Yeah, and what we've seen happen, we've seen bombs be a factor, we have seen keys be a factor, and who knows. Fred, there could be a direct path to Ganon's room here. No, that's not it.
No, one room to the right would be, oh, one room to the left. Sorry, that would be to the left.
You can't just bomb in there. Now, this could be a hint. Kidnap awaits in northwest of Skull. Well, thanks a lot,
Thanks a lot. We're right there already.
Yes, thank you very much, Captain Obvious. She's one room south and west to where you are right now, and Fred has no choice but to leave level 9 because of the bomb situation.
So he's just going to go look for some bombs, then he's going to go and dig again. So this is giving Eat My Steel a lot of time, but I'm actually starting to think he might be too far behind at this point to make that up. But he would have to find the silver arrow somewhere while Fred is still digging to really gain advantage over Fred at this point.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we've seen big comebacks happen before, time and time again in Zelda Randomizer. There's that bomb upgrade, but he's 54 rupees short, and he's going to take it out on Link. 5! Count them. 5 killed.
Press F to pay your respects for Link here.
I'm using a controller, so I'm going to press X. Yep, there's that recorder that Fred finds out about. So he'll up an A. He knows that the recorder is not required to beat this seed.
He was hoping that was the silvers, I believe.
Yeah, he never checked the items. Yeah, he was hoping it was the silver arrows, but alas, it is not. It's either in level 1, which is the floor item, or it's in level 9 behind the second item staircase. We don't know the whereabouts of it at this time.
I thought he was going to check the rat spot for a second, but he juked us out there, so I imagine he's looking for a shop to buy some bombs right now. He has 4 bombs now. He's good for bombs now, at least, for a little while. So he's going back to level 9 immediately to continue digging.
Yeah, because what he might try to do down the road here in level 9, he may try to build a count to force a 10 count bomb there. As Eat My Steel finds a bomb shop, he'll go ahead and purchase his fill.
And you're right, he very well might do that. That's how he's going to try to keep his bombs refueled for the remainder of the seed, knowing he's already found a lot of spots he needs to try testing.
According to Eat My Steel's pause screen, he does have a 5th Triforce, so he does have 5 Triforces on the board. Fred hoping for more bombs. Now he's on 3 on his global. He needs to keep that in mind. That clock put him at 3. Now that's going to put him on 5. Now, the reason why that clock is important is because bomb drops in the bomb dropping group are in 1, 6, and 8. So when you see that clock, you know you're on 3.
If Fred finds a Patra to dispose of here. And those bugs are evading him a little bit.
Unfortunately, Eat My Steel has just discovered that the bomb upgrade is the magical sword flavor, so he can't pick it up on 8 hearts. But he never picked up the bomb upgrade at start. He still hasn't picked that up.
Silvers!
But silvers! We have red ring and silver arrows in a seed that Fred Coughlin's playing. Chat, you know what to do about that.
Begin uttering your 4-letter words.
So with that, Fred is in go mode, and that means we now know that the other item in level 1 is the power bracelet. Let's quickly go over the item recap for the seed. Level 1, the book and the power bracelet. Level 2, the wand. Level 3, the ladder. Level 4, red candle. Level 5, the bow. Level 6, Lord Banana. Level 7, the raft. Level 8, the heart container and the magical boomerang. And ladies and gentlemen, here's Zelda. We need 8 hits with the wand. A Zelda hug will cost him 1 heart. He's got 2 hits on the board.
He only has 2 hearts, so he's already taking half a heart damage there. He's down to 1 heart now.
And Zelda. Oh! And Zelda gives that Gibdo the hug of death. Back to start he goes, and Zelda, poor Link, has a thing for Gibdos.
Zelda love could hurt, I can say that.
That's for sure. So, to finish off the rest of the items here, level 9 had the red ring and silver arrows, aka the standard level 9 fare. Almost Hedge item was the magical key, and the ladder item on the coast, the recorder. And there's the direct path to Ganon's room. In fact, look at that. Zelda blocks Ganon. How vanilla.
That is, you know what? Is that the vanilla location of Ganon and Zelda?
Oh, that's very close, but I'll tell you what's not close. That fight was perfect. Fred gets the stun lock on Zelda, gets the Triforce of Wisdom. We've got Royal Jelly, and now get your GGs out, for Fred has rescued Ganon and goes to 2-0 in the Swiss rounds of the tournament.
That was almost the most vanilla level 9 location you could ask for Ganon and Zelda being right next to each other. Just like that. And also the vanilla items level 9. That was probably the most vanilla level 9 I've seen in a randomizer.
Absolutely, indeed. Yeah, that location, if that wasn't dead on, it was one screen away.
I think it was one
Rick's
screen.
telling you. Yeah, Rick's saying in chat, one screen away. That's how close this was to a vanilla level 9. And I mean, wow. Amazing.
Yeah.
So anybody who is playing a Name That Tune with the recorder, obviously we never found the recorder, but if anybody did find the recorder, the song would have been Celis, or Celis, or however the heck it's pronounced, from Final Fantasy VI for Super Nintendo.
Well, they found the recorder, they just didn't pick it up.
Right, because it was ladder required, and this ended up being, not from a technical standpoint, but in terms of Fred's standpoint and what it could have been for Eat My Steel's standpoint, this was the rare ladderless seed.
With the exception of the what would have been a required level 5 ladder to get the Triforce, they both did that with the clips. So yeah, other than that, ladderless.
Absolutely, and yes, recorder has been picked up by Eat My Steel. He did go back to the coast and get the Olive Garden breadstick.
I think we should probably change our audio if we can over to there.
Right you are. So Eat My Steel back into level 2 now, as he's going to try to get that wand back. And by the way, he did get his bomb upgrade at start at the Dead Wood, so now he's got 10 bombs max.
Oh my.
Oh my what? Oh my something. Eat My Steel trying to tackle this room full of blue dart nuts, and he is unfortunately missing the mark on his bombs, as we do have our winner, Fred Coughlin, here in the commentator's booth with us. GG, congratulations. Kind of a brutal combat seed, but guess what? One of the rare ladderless seeds you'll ever have.
I know, it was definitely what kept going through my head as I was going through 9. I was like, okay, I'm going to really hope that there is no ladder blocks in here, and definitely got scared with some of those early river rooms, but got really lucky overall.
Yeah, both of you were able to do the block clip in the river room with the manhandler to get the Triforce out of level 5, so if you didn't know how to do it, then you would have needed the ladder to get that Triforce.
So logically it was required, but fortunately we're able to get things there, dodging all the fireballs from Manhandla, and snag that little Triforce to make things just a little bit easier.
I'll tell you what, we were commenting that how vanilla this level 9 ended up being. I mean, the red ring and the silver arrows, and almost the same location of where Ganon and Zelda are, too.
Yeah, it was pretty darn close. You'd almost think that I didn't scramble things for some reason. I might have to talk to the committee there about trying to make things a little bit more random.
Yeah, we had a couple of requests in the chat to please randomize level 9.
I'll see what I can do.
Okay, well, I tell you what, both of you early on definitely had combat issues, and obviously finding money was hard because the large secret, we only ended up finding one, which was behind Vanilla Level 9's location. So it wasn't a poverty seed, obviously. It was right in the middle, but it was hard. Neither of you guys really had high money at like any time during the seed, so it was pretty much hard to buy anything, including the hints.
Oh, agreed. I mean, I grabbed one hint there, but then the second half I realized I was either going to need to save the money for money for rupees, or for bombs, like the regular purchase, or to dig into level 2 to go get the item. I completely forgot to check the coast. I was so flustered when I came out of level 2 saying, okay, I need to go beat 7 now. I didn't even check the ladder, the coast spot there, and when I discovered that was the recorder, I was like, okay, that's not so bad, but that's why I did the screen scroll there at the end to check, because I had completely forgotten what the item was. Well, hadn't even checked it.
Well, I will say this much. This was actually a neck-and-neck race for about the first half, but the big difference was purchasing that hint regarding where the wand was. I mean, Eat My Steel got it now, but unfortunately he has not found the room that has the wand. He's checked like all the other rooms, but he's not checked the correct room.
I think that was that room had a Zol in it and like a Dark Nut. I remember I kept going in there killing the Zol, hoping that it would reset itself to the end so I wouldn't have to fight the Dark Nut there. Unfortunately, I got lucky on that one that was the case. It just required a whole bunch of exits and re-enters to get through.
And in my opinion, that purchase of the hint right there, not to mention the exploration of level 2 in general, in my opinion, that ended up being the difference in this race.
Yeah, I mean, that ended up being, a vital hint there. I was willing to spend at least a little bit of money there. I got lucky that was the cheap hint too, because if that hadn't been the hint there, the cheapest one of the hints, I didn't have enough money to buy any of the other ones. So I had it marked down in case I needed to come back later, because I knew those ones were reasonably inexpensive, but I really didn't want to have to trek up to the northwest of the map there, especially with all the lovely take any roads pretty much not doing too much for us.
Yeah, there were some pretty pitiful take-any roads, that's for sure. And sometimes that's just the nature of Zelda Randomizer. And I'll tell you what, at least, aren't you glad for once when I'm doing commentary it wasn't a poverty seed where we had a 50 large?
Considering we only found one of the large secrets in the first place, I'm still quite willing to call this one mostly a poverty seed, considering the fact that I was running around with almost no money.
And you know what?
Also took 53 minutes to find it.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. It's still a law's curse. I'm doing the commentary. You can be sure you're not going to be rich.
I swear someday we'll break that curse, but clearly tonight was not the night meant for that.
Nope. Hey, but it's all good. You played very well, money or no money. Again, combat was tough, but once you picked up the wand, you turned on the afterburners, and then everything else fell into place for you. So, GG, Fred, 2-0 now in the tournament, so you're off to a really, really good start for the Swiss rounds, and you're on your way, buddy. You're going to get to 4-0 potentially.
Well, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. It's an incredibly tough, as an understatement, bracket here. The players who are in this tournament are exceedingly good, incredibly tough people. I mean, you've got Jake Hoper in here, who is, the master of swordless in general. You have a whole bunch of other names that I would, I don't want to start naming names just because I'm going to omit some of the names, but earlier on Speed Gaming, I know we had Thurwolf against Redbird Grad, and another clear matchup there of two incredibly high-level players here. The competition here is incredibly fierce, and anyone can win easily in any of these matches. So it's going to be a fun slugfest coming out the rest of the way. There's definitely no expectation of 4-0. The fact that I've got the 2 wins right now is pretty darn awesome, but very easily I'm 2-2 after the next 2 rounds, if depending on who I get paired up against.
By the way, 1 hour, 22 minutes, 23 seconds. Eat My Steel did pick up the wand. I want to point that out quickly.
That's correct. He did clear the correct room to get his wand. One thing I was going to point out before the start of the race, because Cyclone, I had asked you what you thought the biggest surprise of the tournament so far was one weekend. Well, I'm going to tell you what I think is the biggest surprise so far. Yep. The times these runners have posted so far. We have had 3, count them, 3 runners who have posted a sub-hour in swordless, and it's not been good enough to win. And it's not been good enough to win.
That is impressive.
So there've been about 8 or 9 sub-hours so far. There have been 3 not good enough for the win. That's what surprised me so far, is how good these runners have gotten at Zelda Randomizer.
Yeah, you had the race there with Roo Slugs and Dave that actually kicked everything off, where I think they both went sub 50 even.
Correct.
I don't have the times in front of me, but yeah.
That's correct. Roo Slugs has the fastest seed so far. I think he had a 46.01 or something in that realm. So, yeah, that just goes to show if it's one of those seeds where just everything rolls right, even without a sword, you could beat it in under an hour.
Yeah, you can if you get all the pieces, you can definitely beat it. If the pieces end up hard to come by, it can take a lot longer to get a lot of swinginess here. And it's a ton of fun. I'm definitely still enjoying playing in it, and hoping that we'll see some more good action here coming up in the remaining rounds. Hopefully, not as much buried arrows in 9 when I don't have any bombs.
Yeah, right. Hopefully less vanilla in level 9, so you can find it somewhere else.
So, congratulations. 2-0 you go in the Swiss rounds, and you played very well tonight, and wish you the best of luck in the Week 3 match.
Sounds good. Thanks a lot. Thanks again, and make sure everyone out there, make sure you give the commentators here follows, give trackers a follow. I'm sure someone will put the command in chat to give you all those links, as well as my opponent Eat My Steel here, who's put on a great show. Just got unlucky with where the wand is, but an incredibly strong player. Pulled off a win in week 1, is going to be one to be forced to be reckoned with coming out of the 1-1. I wouldn't want to be paired against him again, so it'll be interesting to see. But make sure you give everyone a follow here. This entire tournament committee has been awesome at this, and we've got at least 2 more weeks coming up of Swiss action. 2.5 weeks if you count the current week going on, and then we get to the fun brackets.
Yeah, I can't wait for those. That's where you think things are a little bit tricky now. You ain't seen nothing yet, folks.
And just like Fred said, follow everyone else. Follow him as well. He is a creator of the Randomizer. He's running this and sometimes other randomizers all the time. So he's always out there scrambling games and playing those scrambled games. So definitely someone to go watch play the Randomizer as well. Make sure to follow him too. And congratulations, Fred, on the win as well.
Thanks so much. You guys have a great night, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks, you too, Fred. By the way, Cyclone, remember earlier when these runners were in level 1, I speculated that Aquamentus room was going to have the floor drop?
I think that was the one that did. We just saw the power bracelet there about a minute ago.
Yep, that's where it was. It was behind that heavy blue dart nut room. And
he just found the bow.
Yeah, things are now going to start to really pick up for Eat My Steel. When you have that wand, you can turn on the afterburners in seeds like this. So Eat My Steel, he's gonna make up some serious ground here. He just has to now get the Triforces out of levels 3 and 7, and he'll be able to go into 9. But again, 9 wasn't all that easy. We saw what happened on Fred's side, that the bomb situation came into play. So we'll see if Eat My Steel's able to find a more swift path.
Well, given that the silver arrows did take a bit of a dig from Fred in level 9, it'll be interesting to see how long it takes Eat My Steel to find those silvers. Given that he just found some other items there, he hasn't found the raft yet. If he did, he hasn't picked it up. He obviously doesn't have the silver arrows yet because they're in 9. Red Ring is also in 9. So he knows where pretty much almost everything else in the seed is. He's got to know at this point the silvers are most likely in 9.
Yeah, because the other items that are still in play for him would be the raft and the ladder. No, the answer is no. He did not find either the Triforce or the raft out of level 7.
Did you say the ladder? He does have the ladder.
I meant something else.
Okay.
I guess I said ladder because he doesn't have the Triforce out of level 3. He has the ladder out of level 3, but he doesn't have the Triforce out of level 3. I think that's what made me say ladder.
And Link gives the old advice to go get the Sealy's song player. Or
surprised that Eat My Steel didn't let Link have it there. I know I would have if I was playing.
Well, he has been using the flute, so you have gotten a few chances to hear that song. Unfortunately, we didn't get to play Name That Tune, because we saw it on Fred's side before we heard it on Eat My Steel's side, but we are at least getting a chance to hear it.
I never would have gotten it, and it's a good thing that Fred posts the answers, the spoilers during the credits, because I would be lost. I would have never gotten that because I never really grew up playing Final Fantasy games, so I would never have gotten that.
I personally like that addition. If you're going to put a lot of different songs to be played, I like that he's posting the information as to what the song is in the credits. That actually is a really, really nice touch. And if there is something interesting that you hear, you're like, I want to know what song that is, then you get to see what that song is. You can look up that song then.
Absolutely.
And oh shoot.
Oh shoot, we see that vertical shoot room here back in level 7. And one of the things that really drives me crazy is you're driving in your car, you hear a song on the radio, it's a good song, but you don't know what the title of the song is and you don't know who the artist is, and then when the song is over, the DJ doesn't give what the song or the artist is, and you're like, come on, I want to know what that song was.
What they tend to do is they do it 10 minutes later when they recap several other songs, and of course at that point it's like, well, I don't even know what the song was anymore.
Exactly, Cyclone. So that's a good thing that Fred does put that spoiler at the end of the credits to tell us what that tune was. So now, Eat My Steel trying to clear that reverse C. Remember, this is where the raft is. So, I mean, you can't fault Eat My Steel for trying to clear a potential push block room like this, but little does he know that is not the correct room, and he's down to his last half a heart. But he does get the double bomb drop from the orange Wizrobes there, so he'll have a better shot at trying to clear this room. Now, because he's already cleared some enemies in here, and he's going to go ahead and up and A and trying to get, he's going to get some of his health back. He's already cleared some of the enemies, so that room is going to lock in place for him, so he doesn't have to do all of the enemies over again.
And he has 8 bombs, so he's good for bombs to clear that room, provided he doesn't take a death while he's in the room trying to clear it out. So, you're absolutely right. As far as he knows, that's the silver arrows. So he's down to so few locations that he's going to gamble those locations to see if they provide what he's looking for.
And you definitely can't fault Eat My Steel for making a play like this. I mean, he's simply trying to play the percentages here. He wants to leave no stone unturned. It just so happens this isn't going to be the right move.
Yeah, he's going to turn the stone. It just won't be the correct stone.
Right. He takes down that orange Wizrobe, so what he's going to hope for is that another orange Wizrobe will come up. Yep, he's good.
It worked out, so. Yep. He's working on the priority here, and now has to deal with a blue Wizrobe trying to walk into the doorway he's in. But now he gets the orange one out. Will he stay in the room and keep him with the blue? He is, and he gets it. Nicely done.
Nice. He's got to use the... There he goes. Uses the wand to pick up the 4-pack of bombs here. He'll find his raft here. I don't think he's going to pick it up, is he? He's going to pick it up anyways.
No, he's picking it up.
For posterity. Yeah, for posterity's sake. He'll go ahead and pick it up. So now just needs to find the Triforce here out of level 7, then just clean up level 3. He'll be eligible to go into level 9.
And we'll see if he has a quicker dig when he does get to level 9, but we still have level 3 first.
Correct. Again, he has has to find the Triforce in level 3, because again, he already found the ladder.
Correct.
He's gonna use the Dig Dogger strats here in the hopes that he's gonna find something good. We know the Triforce is not here. In fact, there's nothing here.
Yeah, he found nothing. You lose.
Good day, sir.
I said good day.
I love that scene in Willy Wonka. It's one of my favorites. That's a scene I can reenact over and over again and not get tired of it.
Yeah, I don't really care for the movie, but that scene is kind of like comedy gold.
Yeah, a very underrated movie in my opinion, and definitely one of Gene Wilder's best work for sure. I mean, yes, he did a lot of great movies, did Gene Wilder, but that is my favorite Gene Wilder movie by far.
I still was having a little bit of difficulty with the Wizrobes in that room, so he's going to reset the room, see what comes up as priority here. And still Wizrobes.
Ooh, but he gets a clock! That's nice. So he'll be able to finish off this room. Again, this is not going to be where the Triforce is, but it potentially could have been a drop. I don't know if it would have been a drop in this case. I think in second quest, that's a drop. I don't know about first quest, though.
He finds another Dig Dogger and planted a bomb to try to get the whistle opportunity, but it went the other direction, so he didn't waste the time with the whistle. Now he's going to get the whistle out. Or the recorder, as I should probably call it.
Unfortunately, he took a bop there, so he's down to his last half a heart. He's going to use the wand.
Ooh,
I might have Now, if he clears the room, nice kill.
I might use the boomerang to freeze the eyes in place, because you don't know when you do the when you play the recorder, you don't know if it's a 1 or a 3 eyes. So I would have probably used the boomerang in that circumstance to lock him in place.
That would have been one strategy to do, is use the recorder to stun the Dig Dogger segments in place, making for an easy kill. Other strategy could have been the double bomb method. You place a bomb at the Dig Dogger, use the recorder, then you set another bomb, and you can get an instant kill of a 3-segmented Dig Dogger like that.
That's possible, too.
Another thing Eat My Steel could have done was, after clearing one of the segments, he could have left the room, come back, and the Dig Dogger disappears.
That, too. And he does not want to deal with the Dongos. He's pretty good on bombs, doesn't need to force kill for bombs, so he's going to get the hint about Gleok, and I thought he was going to torture Link for a minute there, but instead he loses the game of find that bomb hole, still doesn't torture Link.
Now, I believe, not this level, it might be this level, but there is a level where you have to actually clear the Dongos to get a Triforce piece. But Eat My Steel still trying to find the Triforce here out of level 7, 33 rooms of pure nightmare. And it's looking like it's probably going to be a full clear of this World 7 as well.
Yeah, I think for him it is a nightmare at this point.
Yeah, he's trying to... There's a more favorable...
Oh, yeah, there's a nightmare.
Yeah, there was nothing he could do there. He was trying to find a favorable spawn of the Orange Wizard Robe to try to make a breakaway, but he got met rudely by that Blue Wizard Robe. There was nothing he could do.
Yeah, he got the good position for the Orange Wizard Robe, walks around the corner and was like, "Hello there!"
I'll tell you who that Wizard Robe was. We were talking about Willy Wonka. That Blue Wizard Robe is Slugworth after Charlie gets the gold ticket. That's who that Blue Wizard Robe was.
That's a murderous Slugworth.
That's for sure. 10,000 of these to get the formula for the everlasting Gobstopper. Alright, so Eat My Steel now going to go back to Casino Alley here. I think he wants to complete level 3 first. Yes. Yes, indeed, Third Mango. Zelda 1 Randomizer is back here on Speed Gaming. It's a brand new tournament. This is the Zelda Randomizer All Boards, No Swords tournament. That's right, folks. No swords for the entire tournament. And yes, folks, Fred Coughlin, the creator, did partake in this race. He was the winner. And Eat My Steel does get his Triforce out of level 3, so he's got one more Tringle left to claim before he can go into level 9.
One more Doritos chip, as I like to call it. And yeah, absolutely. This is the second week of a 4-week Swiss, I believe we're doing here. And it is, for the sake of safety for all runners, sharp pointing objects are not allowed. So it is absolutely swordless. You must use magic to win.
Correct. The White Sword and the Magical Sword get replaced by Bombs Plus, which is a 2-bomb upgrade. One of them acts as the White Sword requirement, 4 to 6 hearts. The other acts as the Magical Sword requirement, 10 to 14 hearts. Before this tournament, those swords were replaced by just a 4-pack of bombs, but Fred sweetened up the pot for this tournament, so now, in addition to getting all of your bombs back, you get a 2-bomb upgrade as a bonus.
And I think that's helping lead to some of the quick times, too, because if you plan to pick up those upgrades at just the right time, for example, as you're about to enter level 9, it can give you some really good firepower for getting through the end of the game.
And not just that, Cyclone, but if it turns out to be a poverty seed, you don't even have to think about buying the bomb upgrades. Go ahead and get the 2-bomb upgrade for free.
Of course, the only downside of that is you have to possibly have 14 hearts to get one of them, so that can still be a little bit... That can still be a little bit of a hassle.
Yeah, you're typically, and just like in an ordinary randomizer seed, you're typically not going to see runners go out of their way to get the quote-unquote magical sword bomb upgrade, simply because usually when you find it, it's out of the way. But I will say this much, Cyclone, There was a race I called last week where a runner did go for it on 12 hearts, and guess what? It wasn't enough.
And there will be those. That's 60%. You're playing the odds that you're going to get that. And unfortunately, didn't work out for him, and he probably had to find the bomb some other way because he didn't have immediate access to any hearts at that point, I'm guessing.
Yep, so Eat My Steel. Now he knows exactly where the Triforce is here in level 7, so he just has to cut a few corners here, get to the southeastern part of the mouth of level 7. He'll get his Triforce, and then he'll be on his way to level 9.
They have a long walk. I thought I might take the transport staircase, but I guess not. Or was that the item staircase?
No, that was the transport, because
Okay.
remember, the item staircase was that dangerous reverse sea room.
Right.
This was the room he was trying to get past before he took his untimely death.
Mm-hmm.
But he's going to find this may not be the way to go. Let's see if he's able to bomb. No?
Nope.
How about to the east? Yep.
We have a winner on Find That Bomb Hole.
Yes, indeed. The host is Girahim, and the executive producer is Ganon himself.
Sounds like a explosive cast.
Oh, absolutely. And I say Girahim because he's fabulous.
Oh yeah, he has all that swag, you know.
Yep, exactly. That's the reason. And just one more room, and he'll be able to get his Triforce out of level 7. Oh, but he took a beam to the... Almost took an orange Wizard beam to the behind there. Now he just has to clear this room. Pretty easy room. It's just a few pancakes, so he's going to get that Triforce out of level 7. And he'll be eligible to go into level 9. So cheer on Eat My Steel as he's trying to complete that seed.
Yep, he gets the Triforce, and that is fabulous.
It certainly is indeed, Cyclone. So, let's see what Eat My Seal decides to do. Now, he doesn't... Here's a funny thing. We're 101 minutes into the seed. We never found the location of the letter, and for all we know, it was probably blocked by something.
Or one of the runners may have found it, just didn't pick it up. I actually wonder if that might be the case.
I didn't see it.
It could be Power Bracelet Lock, could be in Recorder Lake for all we know. It is possible. And that's where two of our large secrets probably are too, to be honest with you.
Oh, you never know, yeah, and it could be behind the raft spots. It's instead of docking fees, it could have been the dock that paid you, but we're never going to know that because we knew from the offset, practically, we were about 25-30 minutes in, we knew the raft wasn't going to be required to beat this seed, but a couple of fairies there that Eat My Steel didn't really need, but it looks like he's making a beeline towards level 9 right now.
Yeah, I would too at this point because he's been going for an hour, 42 minutes, and he knows the silver arrows are at 9. There's no reason for him not.
Yeah, he's already deduced everything else. He knows about every other item in this seed. So yeah, he knows now that level 9 is going to have his silver arrows. The question is, when will he find it? And maybe he might get a hint out of it because we only saw one hint.
Yeah, those other hints are in there somewhere.
That is true. We never found the location of them. But again, for all we know, we've only seen one mugger. They could be both muggers for all we know.
And there were a few rooms that just on the way that the lower left rooms were lined up with the double river room in the one spot. I'm wondering if one of the hints might even be locked down there somewhere.
Oh, absolutely.
It's hard to know that.
There's always that possibility there, Cyclone. Now, for those of you who may have just joined us, Ganon and Zelda, while in the Eat My Steel's case, not going to be rescuing Zelda, but the old man instead.
So Ganon and the old man.
Yep, they're going to be under the R column, which is where Eat My Steel is right now.
And they are one square off of their vanilla locations.
Now that is correct.
Which is more of a freh.
Pretty close. Yep, so Eat My Steel is probably about to hear the roar of Ganon at this point as he picks up a clock here. Find a nickel on the ground.
He's 2 rooms away from Ganon, so he had to go left or right. You can't go towards Ganon at that point.
You can always bomb into Ganon's room, you just can't bomb into Zelda's room.
No, he was 2 rooms away. He wouldn't have heard it as...
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Oh, no! And there goes one of our precious hints replaced by a mugger room.
Well, at least we know that.
Yep, so that is unfortunate for eatmysteel. Of course, he spends nothing because he did have that any key, but that is very unfortunate.
I would say the Mugger got nothing, but
we already said it.
yeah.
Yeah, okay, so eatmysteel in the pancake room. He'll go to the south and find a few Stalfos. That's easy pickings for him. A bomb to the south, and there is a bomb hole. Now, that was that double room that Patra's guarding that thing, huh?
Patra guarding a key.
Yeah, eatmysteel wants no part of that room. He's already got the any key. So right now, he's just simply looking for resources at this point. He's now having the same trouble that Fred had. He's down to 1 bomb.
Yeah, he might. I don't think he did pick up the 2-bomb upgrade, I believe. So
yeah.
He's not eligible for the other 2-bomb upgrade. He will have to find bombs in some fashion here. And this, with only 1 bomb, could be very, very challenging to do. He may have to go get some more resources. Oh, you are find 4 right there. So there you go.
And that was the floor drum. There's the
4.
Yeah. Now, he's got to use them wisely now because the bomb-dropping enemies are Gibdos and... Ooh, now, this is probably going to scare eatmysteel. We know there is a workaround to getting to where Zelda's room is. We saw that on Fred's side. You saw that Fred took down that room to use that staircase, and we thought that was going to be a magical staircase to get to Zelda's room. We know for a fact it's not required. There are other ways to get there.
Yeah, that's good news for us, knowing that eatmysteel will not have to do that. But he is going to probably be worrying about that, being on 8 hearts and currently no additional protection, wondering whether that's something he's going to have to worry about.
Yeah, I mean, I know that's probably something that would cross a lot of runners' minds, but they're not gonna do that room unless they are absolutely out of options by this point. So, eatmysteel going back into this pancake room here to try to bomb to the west, which he's able to do so.
I'm actually curious at this point that he hasn't picked up the red ring yet. That was a very early find for Fred in level 9, so I guess he just didn't come across that location or didn't clear the room.
And that's another thing that makes level 9 the great equalizer, taking one path versus taking another path.
Exactly.
But he's now got to be very careful. Yep. Takes down the last B of the Patra, now just has to finish him off, and there he goes. So that's a staircase.
Mm-hmm. I think that's a transport.
Well, let's see if you remembered correctly.
Oh,
no!
I did not. That's the silvers. Okay, I forgot it was the
That
silvers.
is the silver arrows needed to kill Ganon. So eatmysteel finding the silvers faster than Fred did. So it just goes to show that if... Yeah, so now, again, eatmysteel was a room away from being able to hear Ganon. But this is the hint. Remember we saw this hint? We
saw this.
Yeah.
We were like, no, we already know. Get lost.
Yeah, of course.
Now he's 1 room away now from being able to hear Ganon. If he goes south, he will hear Ganon. Well, yeah, Ganon in his case. He will hear Ganon.
Correct. So he is very, very close to solving this puzzle. Yeah, he, I believe, is able to bomb to that room, if I remember correctly. Yeah, he's able to bomb to that room, but he's not going to check.
He probably wants to see if there's another path first. I'm curious if he's going to the right and not trying to use the bomb. I would just use the bomb in that case.
I would make sure that that's the way to get to Ganon's room if I was eatmysteel.
Actually, that's a good play. Yeah, he wanted to make sure that wasn't the room up there.
Yep.
That's actually not a bad idea. So now I think he has a general idea where he is.
Except he's got one big problem. He's down to his half a heart.
No! He's dead.
He's gone. That's bad. Oh, I hope he makes him play back to that spot because, again, he's right there.
Oh, he could hear Ganon. He knows that's where Ganon is now at this point, I believe.
Not necessarily. He for all he knows. Yeah, you're right. You're right. All the other options are deduced. Yep, so he knows exactly where Ganon is. He just has to get there.
It just surprised me that he didn't try to bomb the walls on both sides once he heard Ganon to see if he could bomb his way in, because obviously you can bomb your way in. We've seen that. In fact, one of the races I called last week, he was in a Chevy room, and he had a bomb into the Chevy room, and turned out that caused some difficulty for the fight.
Well, eatmysteel, he's going to try to see if he can find another direct path to Zelda's room. Now, we saw that there were 3 ways to get there. However, the big question is, can you only get to those other 2 ways by going through the south anyways? That's the question.
Which would be very interesting to find out, but we're not going to find that out, I don't think.
No, that doesn't matter to us. What matters to eatmysteel is he finds a path. Now, I would imagine he's going to go ahead and bomb here, and he will find that bomb hole. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's Ganon. All right, so he's looking for 8 hits, but because he doesn't have the red ring, a high roll driver is going to take him down for the count because it costs you 4 hearts. So you're going to have to be careful. Can you get the stun lock? Nah, he gets the left teleport. Of course he does.
And
2,
by the way, he sees
3.
He sees the doorway now, so he's not going to be worrying about other paths to Zelda at this point.
Yeah, that's going to be a GG once he gets done with Ganon. 4. Get that potion! Get that potion! He's going to drink the Pepsi.
Oh, he didn't get it.
He's not going to drink it!
Why didn't he drink it?
High roll driver. I don't know why.
He didn't drink his refreshing beverage, and he saved and quit. What is he doing?
I'll tell you what.
He's going for a health refill?
Cantaloupe would not approve of that move, that's for sure. Because Cantaloupe's a big advocate of the Pepsi.
He's probably thinking he wanted the health refill anyway, so he didn't want to save it for another shot, knowing he already lost the race. If the race was still on and Fred had not finished yet, then he probably would have drank that potion right then and there.
Yeah, I see where he's going now. What he's doing is he's going to refill his health, so then he'll have a better shot at the Ganon fight. But he's not going back into level 9 now. What could he be going for?
Well, yes, this is making his way to level 9. If he goes north, he's heading there.
Oh, of course, yes. Yeah, he is making his way back to level 9 now, so he'll have full health, and he will have a potion to his name. Well, he did.
Full health.
Now he does again. Well, the game threw him a bone, which is something that the game usually doesn't do in Zelda Randomizer. But every once in a while, it does throw a bone to our players.
Tasty bones.
Right.
So off he goes to fight Ganon once again.
Indeed. So, again, he needs 8 hits to take down the beast again. He's got to be careful of that high roll driver, which is what ended his turn last time. But taking it here is a crucial blow. You lose 4 hearts when you get hit by Ganon's body.
And that's 2 hits that would kill him right away, right then and there.
Yeah, 2 hits, he'd be out of luck. So he needs to...
Got
a little bit too up close and personal. I mean, he can still take a high roll driver, but that is a couple of fireballs fewer that he can take. And it's Ganon round 2 now for eatmysteel. Let's see if he can get the stun lock this time. He was very close in his first attempt.
Round 2, fight!
Unfortunately, got the left teleport from Ganon there, so he'll have to earn it some more. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Done it!
Down goes Ganon. We've got Bacon and the Triforce of Power. And now get your GGs out for eatmysteel. He will complete the seed, rescue the old man, and that will officially put the books on this race. Or should I say...
complete the race. And I don't know if we mentioned Fred's official time. He finished with a 1:14.59. eatmysteel finished with an official SRL time of 1:52.50. 1 hour, 52 minutes, and 50 seconds. Get your GGs in chat.
Yeah. What I was trying to say is that this race is now in the books. Not the books in the race. So GG to eatmysteel. He finishes this seed, but he will fall to 1-1 in the Swiss rounds, but... no fear for him, because again, all the runners who participate in the Swiss rounds do automatically advance to the bracket stages. These 4 weeks merely determine what their seeding, their ranking is going to be when we do get into the bracket stages.
And there's your reminder of the beautiful song on the flute, Celis from Final Fantasy.
Yep, and as I had mentioned, combat definitely taking its toll in the seed. He took 16 deaths, and it was a tough one. There was a lot of Wizrobe dungeons, and it's hard to negotiate a swordless seed when 4 or 5 of the levels are a Wizrobe set, because again, the only thing that can kill Wizrobes in a swordless seed are your bombs.
Yeah, with the Wizrobes are not an easy fight in swordless, and it's one of those things that runners don't like to see, especially early in a seed, because they hurt, and there's not a lot of convenient ways to get rid of them if you don't have a lot of things to work with yet. So that can very, very easily lead to some runners routing a seed differently than other runners who are confident with their Wizrobe nuking abilities.
All right, we'll see if we can get a interview here in a moment with our runner-up tonight. We do have a few races on the docket for tomorrow night. We have 9 p.m. Eastern, Dark Falls versus Catastrophe 573. Of course, Dark Falls being the coordinator of this tournament. He's done a fantastic job bringing you all the excitement here, so make sure you give both runners in that particular race a follow. And also Fury SK and Ryan 7, also at 9 p.m. Eastern. And if you really want to stay up late tomorrow at 1 a.m. Eastern, Jay Coper and Putz 12. Ooh, that is going to be quite the matchup. All three of them, for that matter. But you have Jay Coper. Fred was mentioning how Jay Coper is one of the swordless masters, and Putz 12, he's pretty good in his own right. So those are three matchups I definitely want to watch tomorrow.
Yeah, that might be a bit late for me to catch that Jay Coper and Putz match, but that will be a good one. I called the Jay Coper race last week. That was a pretty good race that we had last week. So that should be a really good one coming up at 1 a.m. tomorrow night.
We're still checking to see if we can get an interview with Eat My Steel here, but if not, we will call it at that for tonight. Again, make sure you give both of our runners, Fred Coughlin and Eat My Steel, a follow tonight. They were terrific in their performances. Again, a very, very brutal seed with many Wizrobe dungeons, and the Silver Arrows being in level 9. It was a tough seed, but they persevered through it. So make sure you give them both a follow.
Okay, I just went to send a manual invite. It looks like he just joined the chat room as I did that. So we'll bring him in right now.
Yep, we got him here right now. Eat My Steel here in the commentator's booth with us. GG, a very difficult seed tonight. Very heavy combat, a lot of Wizrobes. Go over the seed with us.
All right, you hear me?
Loud and clear. All right.
Now, I finally got the interview part in Discord to work. So yeah, just could not get anything early. Just awful deaths early from. I don't think I've ever died more from blue gorillas ever. Just at the worst time, at the worst spots. Yeah, then trying to get that item out of 3, which was ladder, which was helpful, but not what I was looking for at the time.
Yeah, it actually turned out this actually technically the ladder is required if you don't know how to do a clip into the river where a Triforce was in level 5, but technically, ladder was actually not required for this seed.
Yeah, and I was actually able to. I was, doing clips and stuff pretty well. I was able to clip that Triforce out of 5, and I just early on, I was like about an hour in, and I just kind of lost my head and was just panicking and just like, oh my god, I can't find anything, and I forgot that there was a bomb upgrade that I had gotten, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm just totally not getting anything.
Turns out we never found out what the bomb upgrade was because money was hard to come by. Only one of the 3 large secrets ended up being found, which was in level 9 spot. For all we know, the others might have been blocked.
Yeah, it was just, cash strapped and everything. And, going up against Fred, I kind of expected that he would be cremating me on this seed, but I was hoping to do.
But I will say this much, though. First half, it was actually neck and neck. It was pretty much an even Steven race. The deciding factor, and you probably guessed it based on his time, was the wand.
Yeah, did he get the hint early for that?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, well, by the time I found the hint caves, I think I had 1 rupee.
Yeah, so. and that was unfortunate because the cheapest hint in there, obviously, that was the one that had the silver tuna, as it were, the one that gave you the big hint about level 2. And then when you got to level 2, you had bad luck in which room it was in, and that just happens sometimes. It full clear of level 2. You had to clear a room to get the wand. No easy shakes.
Oh yeah, I mean saving and going back in there over and over with bombs when I finally had bombs, and yeah, 2 was kind of a nightmare to get.
Yeah, but I mean, once you got the wand, you pretty much blazed through the rest of the seed. And again, that just ended up being the difference. It was that one hint, but that was the only hint that Fred needed to pretty much take this one. But I will say, your level 9 was a little bit faster than Fred's because both of you had to leave for different reasons. He was in bomb trouble, so he actually had to leave to get more bombs. He almost full cleared level 9 because he did find the red ring.
Oh wow, yeah, that was
he found it early.
Yeah, I was worried that the silvers were going to be an 8 because I had no idea what the other item in 8 was.
It turned out the other item in level 8 was the scrap metal.
Oh, I'm glad I didn't get that, but yeah, I was just like, by that time I was just like, yeah, Fred's probably already done. I don't keep the IRC up when I'm racing, so I was like, oh yeah, that's about.
But yeah, you kept up with him for about the first half of the race. It's just, yeah, that one hint right there, in my opinion, did it. That was the deciding factor, because if you end up getting that hint before Fred does, and level 2 goes a little bit cleaner for you, I think it ends up being a very close race, especially with the level 9 you put up. You found the important elements in level 9 much faster than Fred did.
Yeah, I mean, level 9, you know, it's just, I needed the items, so I was just blasting through staircases and it stumbled upon everything.
Let me ask you this. Were you nervous about that 8 blue Wizrobe room in that double block room?
In 9?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I saw that, and I was like, I really hope that's just the back end of a staircase I'll pop out of.
And that's what it was. It was another staircase that got you close to Zelda's room, but obviously there was a workaround to it, so you didn't have to clear that room. Fred ended up clearing that room. He did a really good job.
Ouch.
But it turns out that staircase not required.
Oh man, yeah. Well, you know, I look at, you know, all this stuff as just, you know, a good learning experience and kind of learning, you know, seeds and keep, you know, good practice. I already accomplished everything I've set out to do in this tournament. This is the first thing I've ever raced ever. First game I've ever streamed. Anything like this, all this stuff is new to me. You know, I'm even just getting into the Discord. This is my first time getting in here. So, I mean, winning one match against Truant last week was far beyond my expectations of anything I've meant to do here. So,
since you say this is all new in terms of experience to you, how are you finding you're enjoying the experience of racing against other runners in a tournament like this?
Oh, I'm liking racing. It's good fun. You know, once I get, you know, through with the little nerves at the beginning, and you know, the weeklies I've done, you know, pretty good on a couple of them. You know, I was right. I actually finished ahead of Fred in one of the weeklies, which I was like astounded that happened to me. You know, like finished right after RBG on a seed. So
I think I actually called the race that week when that happened. I was calling you weekly. I think you said it was your first race in the chat that week.
Well, the first race I did was the one where it was a heart shuffle. I think HN won it, but it was like a Gleeok was blocking the silvers in 4. And you had to beat a Gleeok to get the silvers to drop in level 4. And I finished 4th. That was my first race.
Yeah, I remember seeing that one. I think I was on the call for that. So that was a really good performance for your first race, and it showed that you definitely are someone to not take lightly in this tournament, because to come out and beat some really top-tier runners like that in that kind of a race, that's shown some promise.
Yeah, like I said, I was just, you know, my whole goal, you know, in the tournament was just win a race. That's about it. So I'm happy with that.
Oh, mission accomplished.
Absolutely.
But do you have anything else you want to ask, Cards?
No, I think that it covers about anything. A GG to you, and I wish you the best of luck in week number 3.
Thanks a lot. Sorry to make you guys hang out for a while there.
Oh,
not
no
to
issues
worry
at
about
all.
it.
Not a problem. Always fun to watch. So, GG, and good luck in the 1-on-1 bracket, and a lot of tough matchups possible down there. So, good luck with whoever you face down.
Oh yeah, everybody I've seen so far, you know, like everybody always says, you know, anybody could beat anybody any day, and that kind of goes to show with any of these.
It's absolutely true. Absolutely true. You just have to find the right clue before the other runner, and you can take anyone strong down like that with randomizer.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys have a good night.
You as well. Thank you again for racing, and make sure to follow both of our runners, both Fred and Eat My Steel. Let's just take a quick look at what is coming up on the Speed Gaming family of networks. Cards Fan already mentioned the upcoming races in this tournament. By covering some other events on Speed Gaming, there's a Portal 2 race happening in just under an hour on the main Speed Gaming channel. So get rid of the 2 on this one. That's where that's going to be taking place. And go ahead.
That's right. 2 a.m. is when that is going to be happening right here in Speed Gaming. So if you're willing to burn the candle on both ends, that's what we have in store here on Speed Gaming. And by the way, the cake is still a lie.
And we have some more Super Mario Brothers 3 randomizer going on tomorrow. We're getting a lot of that on Speed Gaming. They are in the early rounds of a tournament for Super Mario Brothers 3 randomizer. So some of that going on at noon tomorrow, noon Eastern time. And then the regular Link to the Past daily races going on at 2 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Other events on tomorrow are, let's see. Well, obviously, the Zelda 1 randomizer. Those have been scheduled for Speed Gaming and Speed Gaming 4. Those are, of course, subject to change. This one was changed, of course. So those are subject to change.
Correct.
And there's a Zelda 1 Metroid 1 randomizer race going on tomorrow at 11 o'clock as well. That is a community race. So that is after the Zelda 1 randomizer races that are on the Speed Gaming family networks. And that will actually be during the J Copa race. So if you need something to do while waiting for the J Copa race, there's an option. Go see what the Zelda 1 Metroid 1 combo randomizer looks like. And
that's very intriguing.
That's on the main channel.
Absolutely. So, yeah, a lot of goodies here coming up on Speed Gaming tomorrow or today if you're on the Central or Eastern time zone. So, a lot of fun, a lot of exciting action. Of course, a lot more Zelda swordless, all boards, no swords tournament coming up later on Speed Gaming 1 and Speed Gaming 4. Again, as you mentioned, that is subject to change. So make sure you are keeping your eyes peeled on both the Speed Gaming schedule and also the script Google Doc on the tournament homepage. I'll tell you where the restream is going to be. So I think that's going to do it for us here tonight, Cyclone.
Yep, I think we're all set here. I just want to remind you to follow, obviously, my co-commentator, LOZ Cards Fan, and also follow our tracker tonight was, if I can get that, Elendar001. So make sure to follow Elendar as well. And thanks for doing the tracking for us tonight. And I am Cyclone GU. If you want to give me a follow as well, totally up to you. We are all done here, and I'm going to be giving you the final word, Cards, but I want to just say, everyone, good night. Thank you for watching, as you are just as important as everyone else, you the viewers, here in the live channel and in our VOD on YouTube. If you are watching on YouTube, you'll see another race coming up after this. The other races I mentioned, different playlist. So have a good night, everyone, and may your wand not fizzle. Take it away, Cards. You finish.
And this is LZ Cards Fan 23 signing off. Have yourselves a great rest of your evening. We will see you next time. Good night, everybody.